everybody. I really do a morning moment because I'm not awake at this time, but it's a new day. Let me just start by saying this is the Day Show podcast. Um, where I usually talk music and stuff, but right now I'm going to talk about Urban View, SiriusXM. Um, I think it was like 2020. No, it was like 2019 when I discovered The Urban View on SiriusXM via the Ask the Good Doctor. I'm forgetting her actual name, but she's no longer on there. But anyways, she had like a bunch of like YouTube videos that were so like holistic and like very intriguing, and kind of like connected with what I was trying to do and kind of how I feel a little bit about health wise. So I was like, let me go ahead and quote unquote subscribe. I guess it is a subscription to SiriusXM, which has a billion quadrillion channels. So I'm just gonna take you a little bit on my SiriusXM journey. Wait, first of all, let me say I am very shocked that Joe Madison is no longer with us. I was not expecting that news yesterday. I didn't even know he like went, because I'm not on SiriusXM anymore. But I was just like, oh, I didn't know he had like taken a sabbatical because of cancer. I think a resurgence. I think he had cancer before. In December this happened, and so wow, what a turnaround! And it's just like really, it's very shocking. Like I wasn't expecting that. But anyways, Ask the Good Doctor. I was like, let me go subscribe. They keep everything up for like 7 days. All the episodes, on demand or whatever it's called. They keep them up for like 7 days, and then I was getting my life listening to her and her wellness and her stories and stuff like that. Um, I'm still subscribed to her on Twitter. She is on YouTube, and then all of a sudden, when did this happen? She did her pandemic episodes, and then all of a sudden, boom, she ain't there no more. And I'm like, what the fuck? I probably should have said like that. But I was like appalled. Like I subscribed to listen to this lady and she ain't there no more. What the hell am I gonna do now? What the hell we gonna do now? I was just like absolutely like what the hell? I was so mad. I was so mad and so confused. I'm looking on the website, I'm looking at the roster. Was she there? I don't think she was there. I think they keep the host up, but they'll take away the name. And she was only on Sundays. So I was just like, why? Why would I get into something? It wants to turn to like it wants to end. That's like really like the story of my life. With like this like social media and stuff, especially it's really started with Auntie Fee. Like I feel like I kind of got into her late, but maybe not. But like I really was, it was a good like year into Auntie Fee, and then she passed away. And I was just like, what the fuck? And really annoying. But anyways, um, so I started listening around to the other shows. Karen Hunter, she wasn't that interesting to me, but it was the I I enjoyed the behind the past interviews, especially with like Patty and Nona Hendricks. I don't know if it's still up there, but they had an incredible interview. That was a really great interview. Um, She talked about her voice. I think she talked about her voice, them growing up, their different interests, their similar interests. Uh, that's all I can really remember. But it was a really good interview. I think it was on the Nexus or on the Next with Nona Hendricks or something like that. And then Heather B. So I really liked Heather B because of her cooking. Her cooking talk during the holidays. I vividly remember, I think I was driving to my family's house in like 2019. Yeah. It might have been 20. No, it was 2019. And I was listening to the past episodes. It was like Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think it was Thanksgiving. She was talking about the food and what she was cooking and the advice. It was just like I love cooking, and I don't love cooking like that anymore, but I enjoy cooking. I love watching people cook. I love food. I'm a big like I'll try something different if I feel like it. But I'm down for like different really good food, and she has a specific diet, which is interesting. But her food all looks amazing, and it's crazy. So I was really into Heather B. I didn't really get into a lot of Joe Madison. I think it was like what, the 2020 election, right? So that happened, or 2021, one of those. I'll be at work listening to the debates, the reaction to the debates, Joe Madison and his like yelling at the people, and his wife on the sideline, but him like yelling at the people and hanging up at the people and cussing at the people. It was just a lot. It was entertaining, but then it got like old. And then Clay Kane, I loved his perspective as a black gay man and on TV, I mean on radio, and who else? The other guy, I'm forgetting his name. Um, his love for like the singers that I kind of enjoyed too. It was like okay, but then it kind of was getting like, oh, the only thing that I was just looking back like yesterday, I saw the Twitter account they were talking about the what's the name, Black Trivia Quiz. That was like the only thing that was like, oh my god, that was like the biggest, most like exciting moment of the show. But then like I think the pandemic happened again, and people, it would be like coming in live in the studio live. They would do it. So he had like stopped it, but I think they restarted it again, and I'm like, that's the only thing that would make me want to subscribe back to Sirius. I know there's like a quadrillion, um, a quadrillion stations on Sirius. But I was just like, who has time to go flip through all of those? I know there's like the Andy channel and all the other shit, but I'm just like, who has time for all that? I start to lead out. And then it drained my battery at work. And I'm like, at work. And I'm like, it drains my battery so quickly. But it is a good another form of entertainment. They gave me like a $5, like, come back for $5. I'm like, I don't know, you guys. Um, the Black Trivia Quiz was like the best thing ever. Oh. Then they had like I think it was like 2021, 2022, where they had like the separate artist stations. I know they had the Carrie Underwood recently, or that's about a year ago, or like last year. But I remember the Prince station, which really like opened my mind to a lot of new music from him, or not new music, but music that I enjoyed. Yeah, the Prince. I think they had like Billy Joel, some other people. Um, but I was really sad because I'm like, damn, Carrie Underwood, that's my girl, and I don't have Sirius. And then they're playing all these interviews and stuff. I was just like, damn. But anyways, back to Urban View. Did I talk about Karen? Oh, Al Sharpton. I listened to Al Sharpton, but I see he's not even on the roster anymore. So I went. So, oh, maybe he is. Never mind. Lou Hunt, the guy that talks like this. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me focus. On the schedule, so when they cut, what's her name? I guess they replace people. These are the hosts, right? Where am I trying to go with this? Oh, and the chaoticness of Heather B running from the station with the dude. What's his name? Sway in the morning to getting to her own station. Heather B. Oh, let me talk about Heather B a little bit more. So Heather B and the girls, I really, really enjoyed Heather B because it didn't find its groove yet. It didn't find its blueprint or its format. And once it found its format, to me, it became what it was like. Let's talk about Women Wednesdays, and then it was like Freaky Fridays or whatever. It was just like so formatic. Is that a word? It was so structured that it just like lost its sort of fun to me. Because everybody else had their own thing. I think Clay has um exonerated Fridays or Thursdays or something like that, Wednesday, whatever. I was just like, all right. I hate such a formatted show where it's not completely loose. Like, have some fun in there. Like, it doesn't always have to be Wednesdays, Women's Wednesdays. Nothing like I hate like women or whatever. I'm just saying. I'm just like, come on, let's talk about food all day. But I guess that's not a part of the program. With Heather B. And then the interns were like, well, not they weren't interns, they worked there. The producers and the people calling the phone, Amina, and the whole like pandemic and them being separate and the phone call messing up. And she was the only, Heather B is the only host that did not cuss out or not berate, but give like such hostile energy back to a caller that was nasty. She's the only host. She didn't have any crazy music. She didn't get loud. She didn't start cursing. And I was just like, oh, this is very refreshing. This is very good. I kind of like, not that it's, that stuff can be entertaining, but it's nice when it's something different, right? So, what happened first? Recently, oh, the Loree Davis lady. I think she was like a part of Clay Kane show or something like that. She had got her own show because they had cut somebody. Oh, that lady. I'm forgetting her name, but the the black lady. They're all black. The lady, she was on there. I think she talked like news, and it was like early in the morning. Like I think it was after Joe Madison. What are they gonna do with his show? That's really interesting. Oh my gosh. Um, she had left. The black lady, the lady had left, and Loree took her spot. So then, very recently, I think it was last year, Clay Kane had got a more time. So he was like, I think it was like an hour, and then I think it went to 2 hours. Now I think it's 3 hours. So if you look on the schedule, Clay is from 11 to 2. That's 11, 12, 1. Yeah, that's 3 hours. from my recollection, Heather B was at like 12 to like, yeah, Heather B was 12 to 1. Or 12 or 1 to 2. Heather B was like 12. Yeah. No, I think Heather B was 12. And Clay was, Clay was after Kern. So I wasn't even looking at this. I didn't even notice this. But I was, every now and then, the Twitter account, they'll tweet who's talking or what show is connecting to what article or what show is connecting to what. Did I say I stopped listening to them because they all had like the same point of view and they were all talking about the exact same thing every day. And I'm just like, no, I can't do this anymore. It was literally like the news. Like if you watch the news, NBC, ABC, CBS, they all talk about the same stuff at the exact same time or similar time. And it's just like, why are there 3 different news stations telling us the same thing with 3 different people? It's confusing. So that's the reason why I really stopped watching it. Also because I think it was like going up to like $20 a month. And I'm like, man, cut this shit. But anyways, Heather B. So I was looking at Heather B's comments this morning because I was going to see if anybody was talking about Joe Madison, and nobody's really talking about Joe Madison because Heather B has another ham on her hands. She doesn't have a show on Urban View anymore, so I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Well, I'm guessing she doesn't have a show from the schedule and from the comments. The comments were like, Heather B, we love you. Oh, first of all, the title of the video was like, don't let anybody bring their negative energy to you or whatever, something like that. And so she's like, I'm in this room and I just been meditating and I just want to talk to you guys about, you know. And so the comments were like, we love you, Heather B. You're very missed. We don't know what's going on with your show. We hope you come back. We love you and the girls. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So I'm guessing Heather B's contract, just like the other lady that left his contract. And who else's contract? Ask the good doctor. Their contracts are over. And it's like very abrupt in a sense. And it's crazy how they cut her show. But I'm over here like garner for this lady show. Like I even listen to Urban View anymore. But I'm just like I really do like Heather B. Her show. The only thing about Heather B's show that was really exhausting was, if I can remember this correctly, she would talk about stuff without talking about it. And then also, like, I feel like she wanted, when she was going through stuff, when she was going through stuff, she would talk about it without talking about it. And then she would, like, going through, like, whatever serious stuff she was going through. And then she would I feel like she was trying to garner sympathy without asking for advice. Or she would ask for advice without giving us the whole details. And I'm just like, man, you on the radio, if you don't talk about what you saying. But I think that's all I have to say. It's just going to be very interesting what they're going to do with, like, I don't think Al Sharpton, he says 5 p.m., but he ain't on the list. And it's what, Friday, Thursday? So it's going to be interesting what they do with, are they going to bring her back? Can they bring her back? Are they going to switch time? Well, probably not, because she's working at 5 a.m. Yeah. I think that's all I got to say. And he plays twice. So he's the big dog. He plays twice. So it's going to be interesting what they're going to do with Urban View. If you guys know anything, leave a comment. Let me know. Okay, I did not mean to do that. Thank you so much for listening. This is the Dare Show podcast. You can find me on Instagram at Mylovemyneedtonight. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about our review, or what you think is going to happen next.